Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shaquille, and today we're traveling back to 1781, to the small town of Yorktown, Virginia. This wasn't just another battle. It was the turning point of the American Revolution, the moment when the dream of liberty became reality. At first glance, Yorktown might have seemed like just another quiet town along the York River, but its location made it the key to victory. Yorktown connected directly to the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean, making it vital for supplies and reinforcements. General Cornwallis thought Yorktown was his fortress of safety, but geography became a double-edged sword. What looked like protection soon became a deadly trap. For George Washington and French commander Rochambeau, Yorktown was the perfect place to corner the British, cutting them off by land and by sea. Washington had first planned to attack New York, but when Cornwallis dug in at Yorktown, he and Rochambeau made a daring decision to secretly march their armies 400 miles south. With the French fleet sailing toward the Chesapeake, the plan was brilliant: surround Cornwallis on land and block his escape by sea. Washington even spread false intelligence to trick the British into thinking New York was still the target. By the time they realized the truth, it was too late. The trap had already been set. But victory at Yorktown would have been impossible without the French Navy. Admiral de Grasse's fleet clashed with the British, drove them back, and seized control of the bay. Once the sea was closed, Cornwallis had no hope left. No reinforcements, no supplies. That naval victory was just as important as the fight on land. It turned Yorktown into a cage with no escape. By late September, 17,000 American and French troops surrounded Yorktown. Cannons thundered day and night, trenches pushed closer, and bold assaults captured key positions. Cornwallis tried a desperate escape across the river, but storms shattered his boats. The noose had tightened. Yorktown was collapsing under the weight of determination and unity. On October 17, 1781, Cornwallis asked for terms. 2 days later, his army marched out in silence and laid down their arms. The once mighty British force, thought to be unbeatable, now stood humbled before lines of American and French soldiers stretching for miles. Cornwallis, claiming illness, avoided the ceremony and sent General O'Hara instead. Washington directed the surrender to General Lincoln, who had once been forced to surrender at Charleston. History had come full circle. This wasn't just a military defeat, it was a symbol. The greatest empire in the world had bowed to the spirit of liberty. Yorktown was not the end of a battle, it was the beginning of a nation. Bells rang, celebrations erupted, and people knew with certainty that independence was within reach. For Britain, the defeat was devastating. Within 2 years, the Treaty of Paris was signed and the United States of America was officially recognized as free and independent. Yorktown's victory inspired freedom movements around the globe. It proved that unity and courage could bring down even the mightiest empire. For Washington, this was his greatest triumph. For ordinary soldiers, farmers, craftsmen, and volunteers, it was proof that their sacrifices had not been in vain. The dream of liberty was now a reality. And so the guns of Yorktown fell silent, but their echo changed the world forever. A new nation was born, forged in sacrifice, strengthened by unity, and destined for freedom. Yorktown reminds us that when people stand together for a cause greater than themselves, no obstacle is too great. Here in 1781, America's destiny was written, and the turning point of the revolution became the dawn of independence. And that's where today's story ends. The siege of Yorktown was not just about victory, it was about the fulfillment of freedom's promise. If you enjoyed this journey through history, be sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future episodes. History teaches us one powerful lesson. No matter how great the challenges, with unity and determination, every dream can become reality. I'm Shaquille, and I'll see you in the next video with another powerful moment in history. Until then, take care, stay inspired, and never forget, the spirit of liberty lives on.